All right, we need to talk about this. Now, this is not a political channel, YouTube. This is generally not what I'm about. This is not about any kind of video game or comic that I've read or movie that I've just seen. These are my thoughts on that exhausting 2016 election campaign. We've got a result. We've got our winner. Wouldn't you know it? It's Donald J. Trump. And holy fuck. So that happened. These are my thoughts. I'm not going to be all doom and gloom. It is too soon right now to see exactly what's going to happen. Based on his policies and what he was promising, yeah, it's not cause for celebration at all. Personally, I'm just glad that onslaught of an election campaign is behind everyone, because God Almighty, the media was just so ugly. They were ugly to each other. Just ridiculous. What happened to people being civil? What happened to... I mean, Hillary Clinton is somewhat shady. Does she have skeletons in her closet? Absolutely. Does she have political experience and political clout behind her? Yes. Decades of it. Does that make her more qualified for the presidential job? Yes, of course. But again, though, she's not telling the whole truth. She's got a better track record than this misogynist, tax evading bigot, you know? But here's the thing. The idea that this guy was in the running to begin with is lunacy. But that in and of itself inspired people to get out and vote, either for him or against him. And that is inherently a good thing. That is democracy at work. So the effect that he had on voters and the effect that he had on democracy itself is good. It was a few weeks ago whenever he said, you know what, if I lose, I might not accept the result. That is not good. That is you saying, I might just become a despot. This has not worked. And that's bonkers. But again, like, he drove people to the polls. That is both good and bad. The thing is, though, I remember seeing or hearing maybe last year, I think it was, Kanye West wanted to run for president in 2020. What has happened means that theoretically he can. You no longer need to have political expertise to run for office, to be arguably the leader of the free world. You can just do it. If you've got the money and, I was going to say charm. It's just insane. I'm kind of at a loss for words. It's quite worrying. After Brexit, though, all bets were off. I was just going, you know what, never underestimate the mania that people can get sucked into. This has happened. Now we all have to live with it. It could, I'm thinking, there's no way this guy's going to get a second term, but who's to say? Who's to say, man? And he was, it's not like George W. Bush where there was discrepancy over in the Florida and anything like that. No, there's none of that. It's just people genuinely rushed to his aid to come and elect him into office. He has fans that are passionate about him. It's just, it's baffling. Still a little bit gutted about Bernie Sanders. I think that guy, and there's an article by The Independent today that said, like, if Bernie was running, he would have got it. But that was somebody who had integrity. Hillary Clinton has the expertise and the talent behind her. Not a lot of charm or personality to herself, but Donald Trump is just personality. He has personality with a mouth and a bad toupee. And this has happened. I'm very curious to see if Theresa May is going to continue the special relationship that the UK and the US have had for the last, 15 years. Very curious to see if that goes on. But it's everything is just sort of teetering on the abyss, and we're at an nadir right now. I can't wait for this week's episode of South Park. Holy hell! If you know what I'm talking about, You need to watch this season of South Park. Believe. So yeah, it's far too soon to, you know, I see that a lot of Americans are immigrating to Canada. If you don't like this, campaign to change it in time. Okay, this is the bed America has made. When America sneezes, the rest of the world catches the flu. That's just how it works. That's geopolitics. We all have to batten down the hatches and just see what the hell's going to happen next. He's got January 1st. That's when it all begins. Okay, it's on the horizon. It is nigh. I'm just kind of flabbergasted, kind of amazed, but also all bets are off in this day and age. Think of the worst thing that could happen. That might happen tomorrow. But hey, those were my thoughts. A little bit speechless, but there they were, such as they are. If you like this vid, please click like, subscribe, view, share, and all the usual jazz. Those are my thoughts on the US presidential election from an Irish man who's stuck between Brexit and the United States of Trump.